Hey guys, welcome back to SourceFed. I'm Steve Zaragoza.
And I'm Bree Esrig. And this episode is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, click it or tick it.
Click it or tick it.
Click it or click it.
Click it or tick it.
Click it or click it.
According to the Associated Press, Americans between the ages of 18 and 34 are living with their parents more than ever before. In 2014, the stats came in at about 32.1% of American millennials bunking with mom and dad, or mom and mom, or dad and dad. We don't discriminate.
Richard Fry from the Pew Research Center states, this turn of events is fueled primarily by the dramatic drop in the share of young Americans who are choosing to settle down romantically before age 35. This type of arrangement peaked around 1960 when 62% of the nation's 18 to 34-year-olds were living with a spouse or partner in their own household, and only 1 in 5 were living with their parents.
Also, it's hard to adult, you know? The insane cost of college and the average renter spending anywhere between 30 to 50% of their income on rent alone. This news isn't shocking.
Hey, plus there's so much cool stuff to spend your money on, like Blu-rays and collectibles. And
food. So much food. Let's talk about boobies.
Boobies!
Boobies! Yeah. Ladies, there's a new way to keep your chesticles from hitting you in the face during workouts. That's right. No more holding them down when you run.
But that's a thing?
Oh yeah. The Boob Band is an athletic band that effectively prevents bounce. It helps you exercise longer, more comfortably, and more intensely. The 3-inch wide elasticized band is covered in soft, breathable fabric and fastened with 3 rows of hooks and eye closures, giving you plenty of sizing options. It's basically just a black band that goes over your regular sports bras and keeps TTs from feeling like they're getting ripped off your body. The Boob Band is $40. Finally. No, Steve, don't be sad. This is great news. You can still see boobies bounce in porn.
I'm not crying because I'm sad, Bree. I'm crying because I'm happy for all the poor women out there who have been suffering this whole time. I had no idea.
No, I'm crying because that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. I'm gonna go hug my boobs on you. The seniors of Monarch High School in Coconut Creek, Florida pulled a totally harmless and adorable senior prank involving Poppy.
I love that their town sounds like a town in Animal Crossing. Approximately 70 students got together and brought their dogs and turned the parking lot of their school into a dog park.
Senior Anna Douglas told publication Select All, quote, our principal showed up and tried to put a stop to all of the commotion. However, more students and their dogs showed up and he couldn't control everyone. There were dogs in purses, dogs in strollers, dogs in my heart hole.
This just sounds like the end of a bad early 90s madcap comedy starring young Thora Birch. You know, where like the bad guy wants to turn the local apartment complex filled with lovable archetypal neighbors into a mall, but the neighborhood all gets together and has a community dog adoption service at the complex, and then the bad guy hates dogs, and it's all funny because he's sneezing and frustrated, and he goes into anaphylactic shock and dies. I'd love to see that movie.
Eventually, the principal gave in and allowed the students and their dogs to stay until half of first period. Then he told the cheeky BBs to get back to class.
Hey, come on guys, we can do happy stories here too, okay? Don't give me any of that, oh, this isn't real news, in the comments. Even one student drove his car over and started playing loud music, expecting the principal to get all mad about it, but instead he just requested who let the dogs out. This is good, clean fun. It's all it is. Hey, have you ever walked outside to get into your car and you notice there's 20,000 bees on it? No? Weird, because it happened to this person.
According to Metro UK, a silver Mitsubishi Outlander parked somewhere in Pembrokeshire, Wales. Hope I said that right.
I mean, you're American. Any way you say it is gonna be technically wrong because they're used to saying it in their weird tongue.
Yes, it was swarmed by thousands of bees because a queen got stuck in the trunk.
Wait, a queen? Amy Sedaris?
No, a queen bee.
Beyonce?
No, a queen bumblebee. Okay. Well, according to Metro UK, it took 5 different beekeepers, park rangers, and passersby to coax them off into a cardboard box, only for the wind to blow it off the car and the queen to go back into the car. Soon after, the car's driver returned and drove away in an attempt to scare the bees off, but that didn't work at all.
At that point, don't you just light the whole car on fire? That's the solution, right? According to eyewitnesses, the car was spotted again the next day with the same swarm of bees following the car.
Roger Burns of the Pembrokeshire Beekeeper said, I've been beekeeping for 30 years and I've never seen a swarm do that. It is natural for them to follow the queen, but it is a strange thing to see and quite surprising to have a car followed for 2 days. It was quite amusing. That was an offensive accent, I'm sorry.
And some say, on a hot summer afternoon, when the sun is beating down happily on the streets of any town, Earth, you can still see that silver Mitsubishi driving frantically from town to town, trying to outrun those pesky bees. The end.
Ooh, read another one, please.
Oh, all right. How about the one about the dad that never came home?
Okay, let's just move on.
All right.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about today's stories?
Would you light your car on fire if there were 20,000 bees on it?
Would you buy the Boob Band?
I'd buy the Boob Band.
I know you would.
Are you a millennial living at home with your mom and dad, or dad and mom, or dad and dad? Because that's totally okay.
What's the best senior prank you've ever pulled at your school or have heard of from other schools?
Hey, and don't forget, from May 23rd to June 5th, state and local law enforcement agencies across the nation are stepping up enforcement to crack down on motorists who aren't wearing their seatbelts.
The national seatbelt use rate is at 87%, which is good, but we can do better. The other 13%, an estimated 27.5 million people, still need to be reminded that seatbelts save lives.
Now, click it or ticket isn't about the citations, it's about saving lives. In 2014, there were 9,385 unbuckled passenger vehicle occupants killed in crashes in the United States. Now, to help prevent crash fatalities, we need to step up enforcement and crack down on those who don't wear their seatbelts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Steve Zaragoza.
And I'm Queen Bree.
Queen Bree, I get it.
Queen Bree. I'm the Queen Bree.
Off the bat, I'm gonna be honest with you,
You gotta
guys
do that
about
for
something.
Halloween,
It's been
Sonia.
hard for me to say this publicly, but it's been
She's supposed to go to jail, but she paid somebody else because she's like rich.
Martha Stewart?
Martha Stewart.